Hello everyone and welcome to my corner of the world. Today I'm going to share a covered notebook with you. It fits a 6x4 scratch pad and it opens up and you've got a cute little pocket in there that you can put receipts or notes, business cards, something, whatever you need it for. And so I'm going to show you how to do that today, and we're going to be using some of the new products from the June to July 2021 mini catalogue. So I've decided to use one of the new paper sets, and it's called Snail Mail Designer Series paper, and it's got lovely images. I love these toadstools, by the way, as well as the snail mail type themes. And then if you flip over, they've got some sort of more generic designs on the back. So that's the paper that we're using. And I'm also using some other products from that particular suite, which is called the Snail Mail suite. And I'm going to be using, as I say, the paper, the embellishments, and some of the twine here. Now there is a stamp set that goes with it, but I've decided to use one that's already in my stash, and it's this one. And because this paper has got like a postal or mail theme, I decided to use this stamp set I'm using Just a Note, as well as this sort of franking stamp here, along with the rectangular postage stamp punch. So those are my supplies, and we're going to start by the card base. Now this one I did in Bermuda Bay, and this one I'm going to do in basic grey. And I chose my colours by referring to the information on the packet of cardstock. And if you look here, it tells you exactly the colours that they've used. And that's how I move forward with or choosing my card. So my piece of cardstock I have got here is 6 1/8 in this direction and 11 in this direction. So that's basically the full length of the sheet. And I scored, and I've already scored it, so I don't mess up on camera, but I've scored it at 4 1/8, 4 3/8, and 8 1/2. So those are my score lines on that, just as simple as that. And so we're just going to pop in the folds. I like to use my bone folder because it gives me nice crisp folds, which gives a better result. And this 1/4 inch one is just, you just need to be a little bit careful with it. And there we have it. So basically that's the flap for your little pocket, and then it folds over and like that. So now we're just down to the decoration. So I am going to use my detailed trio punch. I just want to round the corners of my pocket. Just kind of feel it just gives a little bit more finish. But if you don't have a corner rounder, they're available on my online store, but you can just leave them square otherwise. And then I've got my 2 pieces of designer series paper. So on this one I chose the one that's got all the snails, and on this one I chose the one that's got sort of the packages and the envelopes. So to match up, I'm going to just round the corners of these 2 sides, these pieces there, like that. Oh, that is not a good one, but I can put that in, back in again, and redo it. There we got a good corner there. And I've already pre-rounded the corners on my front panel. So using your adhesive, again, as you probably know, I do like to use liquid myself, but you can use a glue stick or some Stampin' Seal. And we're going to pop that there, giving ourselves a little bit of a border all round. I managed to have got a little bit of adhesive on there, but it's rubbing off. Don't know how I did that. Okay. And then I'm going to stick my pocket down. And for this, I'm going to use some double-sided tear and tape. And the reason I choose to use this is that the pocket is probably going to get a little bit of excessive use. And this tape just gives it a little bit of extra protection to hold it in place. There we go. And let's get the tape off. Now, if you've got one of these pick your tools, I can thoroughly recommend them. And when you're taking the edges off, the backing off your tape, if you just sort of slide the tip down this sort of side like that, you'll find that the backing comes off really nicely. And I'm going to fold this over, and I'm just going to make sure, I'm not going to make fold it over flat, but I'm going to make sure my edges are all lined up, and that will give you a little bit of a pop-up in your pocket. So there we got there, and then I'm going to attach the front piece like this. Oh, it's not centered, but that's the beauty of using liquid glue. I was able to just ease it over to center it up. And then I have my little scratch pad. And again, for strength, I like to use the tear and tape, just to make sure it is stuck down firmly. And I'm going to put a piece on each of my sides. Now, I like to make these covered notebooks and give them as part of my gift for anybody who joins my Stampin' Up team. I think they're fun to receive, and, you know, someone always needs a notebook. So in the upcoming celebration, which runs from January the 5th to the 28th of February, there is a super duper joining special, as there always is this time of year. And if you go beneath this video, you will see a link to my blog, and the details of that joining offer will be there. And plus you get a separate thank you gift from me. Okay. So I've just centered that. Did I get my head in that? If I did, I do apologize. So I've just centered that up, and I'm just going to bring it back over and really press firmly to make sure that when I give this as a gift, that the pad doesn't pop out. Now, the other good thing about this is that these are available. These scratch pads are available, and you can always replace the pad if you run out toward the end. So with this one, I did some little decoration on the front, and I had a little one of these snails, which I fussy cut and stuck on there as well. I'm going to try and find a similar way of decorating the front of this one. But first of all, we're going to do a little bit of stamping, and there's my piece of paper and my protection. So I'm going to start by punching out my label shape, and I'm just using a little bit of Whisper White, And I'm going to start by putting my greeting. Now it says just a note, and I'm going to put it in the bottom left hand corner, right hand corner. Let's push that up so as you can see. I'm going to pop that in the bottom right hand corner of my label like that. And then I know how much of this stamp, this like little postage seal thing, I can put on my piece without, so I can leave enough room for my just a note. So that's my stamping. And the next thing I'm going to do is to just cut a piece of the basic grey, that cardstock, that just layers onto the punch. And I believe that is like 2 1/8 by 1 1/2. Now all the dimensions and scoring and everything will be on my blog, as I said. Just follow the link below the video, and all the information will be there, as well as a link to my online store, so that you can go choose the goodies for yourself. I'm going to pop a few dimensionals on the back of that, and pop it there. And then part of this suite is the snail mail twine, which is in the Blushing Bride and the white. So I have made a little bow, a double bow, and again, you can go to my blog, and there'll be a link to a video on how I do my bows. I'm just going to pop that on there with a little glue dot. And I also cut out one of the pieces from the Designer Series paper. Just fussy cut this little stack of packages. So I'm going to pop that on with a glue dot as well. There we go. And I didn't use the heart embellishments that are part of this suite on my other one, but I am going to use them on this one, I think. And so you get, bunches. There's 150 there, so I'm figuring there's probably 75 red and 75 white. What a fantastic deal they are. So I'm just going to gently ease that up, and I think maybe I'll put my little heart underneath the bow. And I think now I'm here, I'm going to do the same and do that for there, because I love those people who join my team and be part of the Stampin' Up family. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this. You'll have a go at doing them. As I say, go to my blog and there'll be all the details again. If you've enjoyed this video, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I truly appreciate that. And you can hit the subscription button, so every time that I publish a new video, you'll get notified. Well, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate your time. Bye for now.